Okay, so the first project, right? Let's see, color flipper. Okay, color flipper means basically write a function, right, to change the background color of the page. Okay, first you can call the function on button click, I means, and then pass the color as an argument, right? And second, generate the random color on the button click also. So there is two different functionality. One is uh, like you can have couple of button like this, and on click, when you click the button, right, you can, the button has the attribute called on click, correct? So when you click the button, this function will run, right? And you are passing the color here. This is the color. So you can use this color, right, as a, your, to assign the color to your background. Okay, so every time you click, it should, it should apply the background color to your, it should change the background color of your page. That is simple enough. The next function here is how you're going to generate, right? I mean, this is a fixed color, like three different color, right? But how you're going to generate, unlimited color? Every time you click, you can have a new color, right? Unlimited color. Also, I added the hex code, right? How you can generate the hex code color as well. Okay, so let's I mean, I'll just copy this code, right? Let's copy this and start from there. So I have prepared some HTML, just folder, right? Project folder here, just to make it quick and easy. So in index page, I need three button, right? Three or four button I can add, does not matter. Okay, I can even add here, let's say, and I can call it red, blue. This can be green or maybe orange, right? Let's make it orange. Does not matter. And you can have a button orange, right? Orange. Just call it orange. Okay, orange. So they all have ID, right? Orange. Okay, they all have ID. You can see. We can use this ID to apply some CSS for each of these button. Like just give the background color, maybe green, red, blue, orange, all that, right? We can do that. So that is all the HTML. Let's go back here and see the live view. It looks something like this. Okay, so when you click on this button, it should change the background color here, right? So let's inspect now. When you see the failed to load resource like server, right? Something is wrong there. Let's, what is that? Let me, it's okay. So when I click this button, right, set color is not defined. It say set color function is not defined. I can click, but set color is not defined. Okay, so how you define the color now? Basically, how you define the function? And click, this is the function name, right? It is just running this function. So go to your script now. See what we have here. We just connect it to our script file. You can define the function, simple function, uh, set color, right? What is the name? Set color. Okay, that is the function. And the function you are passing is some kind of string, right? Like color, let's call it color, right, as a variable. Clear? So I will console log, console.log, right, this variable now, and let's see what we get. Can I go side by side just to, okay, so if I click on green, so see, you can get a green right there. Look at that. Blue or red, you can get red. That is the string. Blue, click on blue, you get blue. Orange, right? Random, we don't have that function yet. Okay, so what we understand now, when you click the button, if there is a function on click event, this is called event, right? On click event, if that is a function stored, right, or attached to that click event, that function will execute, and whatever code inside the function will run, right? So right now I just have console log and I'm calling that function. That is the value I'm passing, right? So how are you going to change the background color now? How are you going to do that? So let's do one thing, right? We are changing the background color of the body, correct? So let body equal to document dot get element by, I mean, you can just call it document dot body, right? You can do that, correct? That's okay. Let's console log. Console, you can check every time, what we getting back, right? Body, you can do that also. So I click on green and see I'm getting body now, right? Look at that body tag, okay? See, I'm getting that body. So now I have access to body. I can just do, body dot style, right? Style. Even you can add the background color here. See, align self, align item, all this CSS property, right? You can call the background color here. Look at that. Equal to, and should be equal to what? This variable, right? Color. That's it. And so now let's click green. Now your page become green, right? You click red, your page become red. Blue, orange, right? Done. So that was all the first step, right? Now let's generate the random color, right? Color, and also the hex color, okay? Hex color. So you clicking now random, right? Random, and we don't have that function yet. So how you can define the function and call it random, right? Random color, like that. Good. So let's console.log, right? Let's call it random. You know how you get random number, right? You know how to get random number? So you call the math from math, right? It's part of math object. Math is a big parent object, and it has the function called random, right? Like that. So every time I will click, you're going to see the console log something, right? And what is that random number? It's the value from 0 below 1, right? Between 0 to 9.99, like that. So let's check now. Click on a random. Look at that, 0.37, right? 0.56, 0.69. So you're getting that random number, okay? You start from 0 and below, it will be below basically 1. That's it. That is all, right? I mean, you can even convert this into the like floor and math, right? Like math.floor. So it will, if that is below 50, 0.50 below, right? It will just give you like 0.56, something like that. So let's see. I mean, the floor will be like 0, right? Let's apply that. Let's see what happens. So if you click now, see, you're always gonna get 0, okay? You're always gonna get 0, right? But even we getting the random number, but still it will convert to 0. So what I will do now, right? Whatever is my random number, I'm gonna add 1 to that 1, right? Let's add 1 and see what happens. So you always get 1, correct? But what if you multiply by, because your 0 plus 1 is 1, right? What if you multiply by maybe 10? Now what will be your random number? So 0.4 or whatever, right? Multiply by 10. So that is 5. Now you always get, so this will always give you the random number from 0 until 9, right? Okay. So that's how you find the random number. Because remember, this is from 0.5 or 0.3, 0.2, multiply by 10 or whatever. Let's say you want random number from 0 until 99, then just multiply with 100. So the range of your random number should be something like, just multiply with that number, right? If you want something below 255, just multiply that, so every time you click, you will get the new number here, right? Fine. So we learn how to get random number, right? So we're going to use that. Okay. So remember RGB, right? What is RGB? Red, green, blue color. Red, green, blue, right? If I will just call this one, right? Copy here, and let's copy, because I have the body already access, style, background color, and I will put RGB, correct? And then RGB value will be, let's call it 50, comma 100, comma 2. It's below 255, right? I believe, yeah, 255. So let's make it 254, something like that. So red, green, and blue combination, that is RGB value, right? So this is a fixed hard coded value, correct? If I click random, what happens? So RGB, right? That should be, let's say, that should not be like that, because this is a kind of variable now, right? And we have to attach the string. So how we put a string now? Dollar sign, something like that. And let's see if that will work. We did not. RGB, right? What is the mistake here, guys? Anyone figure out? Here, right? So this is just a fixed. This is fixed number, okay? The RGB value, right? If you look at here, RGB value, let's call it RGB color, right? It will start from 0 until 255, okay? Every color, right? So RGB color, yeah. So let's look at here. So something like this. Look at this, right? So that's the 255 is the red, okay? And if you go down, right, it will be just keep changing. I mean, you can play around here, right? I think let's see. Uh, let's make it 0 again. That is all 00 is black. 255 is complete red. Now if you change the green, maybe let's make it 100, right? Now you get mixed up here, okay? And the red, green, blue, let's make it 50. So the color will be keep mixing, right, on your outcome. So something like that. So we're going to generate, right, the number RGB like that, and then use that, okay? So I mean, let's look at here, right? See how I have written. Yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? You just call the random number and get the number, right? Red, green, blue, and just pass it like that, okay? Same thing, the variable, right? And then you're going to call that color finally. Okay, that's good enough, right? So let's do that. So this will also work. What happened? I don't know why this did not work. This work. This is the color. This is just a simple. What is the mistake here? RGB, right? Red, green, blue. So when you click, what is the page here, right? Oh, this will keep disturbing me. RGB is not defined. Oh, okay. That's the reason, right? I mean, this is what you call that. That's the function it's looking for, right? But it's not defined. You can put it as a string, because it will take a string, right? So let's try with string. See if that will work. Yeah, so it will work, right? So that is the one color, correct? This is just a fixed value, but you can change this now every time, right? How? So you just have to the same thing you saw earlier, right? So you can apply, so let's call it let red equal to, so red color you want, right? Every time you click the function like generate a random color, this function go line by line and create something. Okay? So we can call it math dot floor, and inside you're gonna call the math dot floor, and not floor, right? Random. We're gonna generate the random number, okay? Like that, and multiply by 255. So this will give some one number, right? That will be red. So let's do it for red, green, and blue. Red, RG, right? Green and blue after that. So the same thing, okay? Now here we're gonna insert, or you can add it here, right? Let color equal to RGB, right? So you just put in the string RGB, or I think better let's use the, because all these are variable now, right? So you guys remember the backtick better, just use backtick. So you can add in here, we can insert the dollar sign, okay, and call the red, because inside the string you cannot put the variable directly, but with the backtick now you are allowed to add the variable, right, easily. Comma, again dollar sign, red, green, right? So it's green, and comma, and then dollar sign, and put it again blue, right? Blue. Done. That's it. And now here you just call that string, because now we stored everything as a string. Just call this string here, color, right? Color. I mean, this is a variable, but we have this variable color has the new string value. I mean, you can put this whole thing here directly, right? That is also okay. So it should give you now every time the new color, okay? Every time you click, it will generate the random number, right? Random color. Clear? So it's working now, right? Orange, green, red, blue, and random color. So this is one way, right? But if I ask you to generate the hex code, hex code means, so we can just copy this again, and I will comment this out, okay? So hex code, how you gonna get done? How you gonna get the hex code? So let me comment this out, right? The hex code is something like this. FCA 507, something like that, right? 6 value. Okay, so I don't know what color is this, but if I click the random, that is the color, right? Okay, how you gonna get the hex color? How, right? So there is, look at here, the hex color is made of something called, let hex code, right? Let's call it hex code equal to something like from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Like that. And either you put A, B, C, D small letter, or let's make it capital, right? A, B, C, D, F, right? Up to that point. A, B, C, D, E missing. So this is the hex code for color, right? Combination. Okay, good. Now the point is how I'm going to generate here something, let's call it maybe 0, 7, 9, D, A. Let's say I generate this, right? Let me click and see what is that color. So it's something like that, okay? Maybe the grays, some kind of grays color, right? So I need to generate this. From here I need to generate, right, color. So how are we going to do that? So I mean better, right? Let's write one function outside. I'll just write a function called random, right? And this will always give me the random number. Okay, so return, or yeah, just return it. Okay, return math dot random number, uh math dot random number, right? So I need the length here. So I don't have outside, right? If this is outside, I can get the length, right? So I don't have. What should I do now? Okay, let's not write the function. We can keep it inside here. So I mean, you can do it, right? I mean, this is a fixed number and you can just count and multiply by that, done. Okay, but let's keep it here. It should also work. Times hex code dot length, correct? So this will give you some random number, but see, the random number is in point dot dot dot, something like that, right? Let's console log and see what happens. A random number, okay, and see, every time I click, uh, right, I'm not getting the, let's see what I'm not getting. Hex code random, a is not defined. Oh, okay guys, so here, look at that, right? So that should be string. That is not, you have seen ever the data type like that? Nobody told me that, that's not the correct data, right? You must, that must be string. Okay, so now click random. So see, it's like this, right? 10.84. I don't want that 84, I just want 10. Okay, so that's the reason for, like math.floor will give you that value, and if you do math.ceil, it will give you 11. Ceil is the higher, right? If you go above 50, like 0.50 above, right, that is, if you want above that one, then that is ceil, ceil, right? But I just need floor. Okay, so I will do math, convert that into floor, right? Math.floor, and that will convert my number into like 10, okay, or whatever, right? So random 13, 9, right? 9 again, 8, 10. So I will always get new number, right? Fine. So that's okay now. So let's see. Now I have the random number. What should I do now to generate this code, hex code, right? So let's create another variable. Let color, right, equal to right now empty with a hashtag, okay, like this. And now I need to get this value, right? So I need to write a loop now for 0, right? I less than, I'm going to loop through this length. So every time I click this random number, right, I will enter this what you call that, inside this function, and we just go through this loop. So let's do this hex code dot length I plus plus, clear? Hex code dot length, right? Yeah. So now with this, can I get I can get this, right? Like hex code square bracket index, give me one of the value, index, right? Index. So I don't want to loop this long. Okay, how many time I need to loop, right? Remember how many time? 6 time only. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need 6 number, that's it. So why I should loop through this 14, 15 time? Why? No need, right? So let's make it here 6. So it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? When I become 6, the loop will stop. That is all I need. Now I will call the caller and plus equal to hex code square bracket, and I just need to pass here. Let's pass this random number. So this will be maybe 6 index, maybe 6, maybe 5, maybe 4, 9, whatever, right? From index will be something from here, one of the index. You can see that 10, 8, 9, 13, whatever. So that is, I'm going to grab 6 of the character and store it in this column. The problem now, right? The problem is this loop is running. This loop is running when you enter the function, right? This will run only one time. Let's look at the issue now with this. Okay, I will show you now. Console.log, and that should be this color, right? Let's put the color and run 3333. See, I just get 33, right? So it will just give me 5555, whatever, because this hex code never change. Okay, it never change, right? I need to call the function, or I should just pass this hex code here, right? Every time, like what I can do now, right? Okay, let's see. Because every time I need to generate the new hex code, so let's put this line, because it need to generate every time new one. Okay, so let's put it here, right? That's it. So when the loop run, I'm gonna get a new hex code. All 6 time I will get new hex code. Now random, right? Look at that. So the only hex code is changing, but my what you call that, my color here not changing, right? That's not good. So we're just gonna call the color now, because I have a random number stored in the color. Let's try now. Okay, get it there now, right? Finally. So I'm just generating this hex code and changing this color. Clear, guys? I think this was the okay, right? Not that difficult, but just try it. Okay, just give a try. The codes will be here also, right? I will push this, but I have added in the, what is that? So you can find also here. Okay, something similar. Yeah, same thing, right? Value index, right? Index. So random number here. Okay, so that is, I mean, here I just added the random outside, right? You can do that. That's okay. Still, the the important is where you calling that function, right? Here, inside the loop. So every time this loop runs, this function will be called for index 0, for index 1, until index 5. So 5 times you calling this random function, and you're gonna get the new value, right? Look at here. It will just give you the new random number. Either you put this line of code there, you just put it here, or you can call it function from outside, is same thing. And then you just that will be the index, and that is all right. So that's fine. Okay, so write a function, right? Palindrome checker. What is palindrome? Anyone? What is palindrome? A word phrase, right? A sequence that reads the same backward and forward. Okay, madam, right? Madam. So MADAM, backward, forward, same. Nurse, or nurse, right? That is not the palindrome. Oh, nurse run, right? RUN run. So that should be palindrome. Yeah, NUR and SCS, right? Norse run. Okay, that is palindrome. So backward, forward, same sign. So the question, right? Let's look at our question here. Write a function to check if the input word is palindrome or not. You can display the message in alert box, or you can append to the node, right? In node, like div or paragraph, means you can add to the page, website or web page, right, inside the body, or just alert it. Okay, alert means when you click, it will just give you, yes, this is palindrome, congrats, your word is palindrome, or word is not palindrome, right? Something like that. So we need the input field to type something, so we know how to create that, and the button, right, to click. So let's copy this one. I will just copy that. Let's make it h1 check for palindrome, right? Palindrome. So let me close this now. I don't. So I'm going to type madam, right? M-A-D-A-M, madam, and click check. So right now, I don't have function to run, so I have to create that. This is simple enough. I mean, just the h1 tag and the input field, we know that. A type is text, placeholder. You can see something, if you know text, you can see the default placeholder. I type something. Then button is there. When you click this button, that function should run. So check, right? So let's go back here, and I'm not adding any CSS. Okay, so you guys can add, maybe put that box in the center of your page. How you can do that? Try, right? Like make it a square box, put in the center of your website. On click check script. So one thing I'm missing. Yeah, I need to connect the JavaScript, right? There is no script tag. Uh, so function check. Okay, and you can check, right? Just console.log, and just call it check, just to make sure the function is working correct. So inspect, and if I go to the console and click on check, right? See, I get that check. That means my function is working. So what should I do now, right, to check if that is a palindrome or not? So I have to get something from here. Whatever I type, I have to grab that. Then I have to write a code to check, like maybe compare, right? Compare the two things. Reverse the word. This is the original word, and then reverse word, and compare both of them. If they are matched, then that is palindrome. If they don't match, that is not a palindrome. That is all I have to do. So before this function, we have to read that value, right? I have to type. Let's copy paste quickly. Okay, because it's gonna get long time, right? I keep typing. Where is that? So what you will do, right? You're just gonna read that input field here, correct? That is the input field. Document get element by ID input, and you can check now. Let me close that. The input has ID here, correct? So I'm accessing this field, and to get a value, right? What I will do now, I'll just call it, let's console log, console.log input dot value. Okay, so this will give me the value now. So I will type something here and check and look at that. Whatever I type, it can be, you can read here, right? So let value, right, equal to input dot value. So you have now the value. Let reverse, right? How are you going to reverse now? So to reverse, right, there like to reverse the string, I mean, either you can loop through and go like grab the each character from the back and put in the front, right? The for loop. But there is built-in functionality also. Okay, string dot reverse, right? String dot reverse in JavaScript. Something, let's see. So this is the string, given string, and reverse it like this, and that's the input string, and output is this, right? So how you do that? There is something code. Okay, first you have to convert into array, then you don't need to write all that, no need, right? Just convert to array and then apply the reverse. That will be okay. So value dot split, right? Split into array with no space, because the word you're gonna type, right, has no space. So let's keep it that way, and then uh, that is this will make an array, right? Array, and then dot reverse. Okay, we run that function. So let's check now, right? Console.log reverse. Okay, what we get? If I type here cat, right? Cat, and check. So I get this TAC, right? Look at that. It reverse cat into TAC, correct? So I have an array now, right? I have the correct array, but I want that to be joined now, right? So array join back to string, join, right? Okay, and now again check. So cat, and so I get this, right? This one. All right. Now what we can do is we can compare. So let me just quickly grab that comparison. So here, the reverse string is written outside. That is same thing. You can look at here. Same formula, right? I just write this line of code within the same line, right? That is okay. Either you split it into the separate, but if you want, you can put it in the same line. So just follow this or this one. That will be same. So I'll just copy this line of code. This is just the if else comparison now. Okay. So if this value is equal to reverse, then alert, that is palindrome, else alert not a palindrome, right? And then make your input field empty. So let's check now. So MADAM, madam, check, right? Congrats, your word is palindrome, right? Okay. And you type maybe cat, check, word is not palindrome. Something like simple check, okay? Something like that, right? I mean, it's not very too complex, just understand what is happening, right? How you going to access your input field, how you going to grab the value, how you going to reverse simple word like single word, right? And basically how you're going to compare now, and then a lot, right? If I say just display this message, right, in your web page, then extra line you'll do is same like our to do, right? Just create something here, like div and id, maybe display, right, or render, something like that, and just render here. So when you're gonna render this place, so this text, basically you're gonna call that document dot get element by id, and that was the render, right? render, render, and then maybe just add it inner html or inner maybe text. Let's add it text content equal to, and this will be the text. Simple enough, right? That's it. Just put the text like that, and same thing, copy here. If that is not that is not the palindrome, then you can render that. So let's put that. So what you have to do is comment that out for now, and let's run this code. So if I do a madam, right, check and see, congrats, your word is palindrome. See, it just get here, right? And if I put a cat, check, word is not a palindrome. So this is clear now. I mean, how you're gonna render something from our to-do app, right? That was when you practice a lot there. So if any question, just let me know. Okay. Now random quote, and there is two more, right? I don't want to make this video long. So what you can do is you guys can try yourself. Okay, there is a code. Just see if you can you can get through this, right? Let's see. You can. There is everything, almost everything, right? Try, and if any question you can ask me, and then tomorrow I will explain it again, and we're gonna add maybe few things more tomorrow. Okay, I will just leave it. The only thing I want to explain, right, the difficulty will be in the random generate is okay, and that is like fine, right? The only thing is this thing, new set, right? So you can check what this one doing, like console log user index, right? Try and see what it will give you back. It's same like an array, right? Where you gonna, set function. So what is set in mathematics, right? Remember, the set means you can have the only unique information stored in the set. Okay, unique item, right? So that is a set. Why we need this unique? Let's say you have this random code I just generate from the chat gpt, right? You can ask like 10, 20, 30 random codes. From there, convert into the array, right? It will give you back. So that's what I get from the chat gpt. So this will store the unique number, because how many here, right? When you loop through this and generate the random code from here by random number, means if the length, right, the random your random number will be the length of this array. But let's say you pick this one, index 2, right, or maybe index 1. You don't want to pick that again until all the item is finished. Okay, so this will be helpful for you. You can store whatever the index you have, just store in the set by adding, right? Like that is clearing the set. But where is the add? So this will be somewhere adding, right? And also we are using a while loop. Okay, while something is true, just do that, right? You're getting the random number. uh, if this random number is already found inside the set, then repeat again. I don't display, repeat again. This continue will be repeat again. Then you're getting that code. If this is a new number, this random number is new, then grab that code and display, and then save that random number, right, inside your array here. So let me show you the random number. Okay, that is important to understand. So let's go to the inspect here. just give a try, okay? Just give a try, and then if any question you can ask me, right? That will be a good way to learn. Set. So new set, see that set of 0, right? So if I say let's call it index, right, equal to new set, okay, clear. And if I call the index, what I get? I get that one, right? See, size is 0 right now. You can even check the size of this set, but I can call it index does sorry, add, right? And let's add the number, maybe let's add it 5, right? Okay, now I have 5 inside my set. You can store object, you can store array, whatever, it does not matter, any data, okay. But if I call index here, you can see now, right, there is one number, and that is 5. I can even check the length, right? Index dot size, the length will be checked, the set will be checked by the size, okay, like that. And it should, oh, okay, what was that? Index dot size, right? Same like array dot length, okay, and that will give me the number 1. Now you can even clear it, right? Index dot, and the let's say clear, yeah, there is a function clear to remove everything from the set. Now if I call the index, and you have no item in the set, right? Look at that. So that is what used there, okay, because you want to store the number when you select the random quote. You don't want to repeat that, right? Like same quote you don't want to display. The next thing tomorrow what we're going to check is how you're going to generate the, okay guys, so just give me a second, okay. Just give me a second, right? I have to, open the door. So recording continue, yeah. So even when we go through our async await the promise, right, we're gonna fetch the random codes from the API, okay, like there will be API, right? API for random code, right? I mean, lot of, the code API, so you can use this something to get API, to get some data and then display every click you can generate the new code, right? We'll see how you can do that also. Yeah, so just give a try for that. And the last one is the last one, right? The last one is stopwatch, okay. So the stopwatch will be, right, the button. Basically what gonna happen is you have the start the watch like counter, right? Stop and clear, right? Basically, so a restart or something like that. Start, stop, and restart, okay. You can do that. So same thing, you have 3 buttons, and this is the here, right? You can display the format of your time, like minute and second, right? So when you click, the minute and second will start, correct? uh, let's look at here quickly. I'll show you. So you can put it maybe S2, something like that. Stopwatch. So something this way, okay. So you're gonna display the minute here and second, right? When you click start, the stopwatch start working, right? The interval every second it will display here. It hits 60 seconds, then that is 1 minute will go add up here, and it will start again from 0. The second will start from 0. That's the process. You want to stop. So if let's say you are in the 20-second, right, and you stop, again you can start. It will continue from that place, okay, unless you want to reset, right, everything clean up. So that is the main idea here. And you just have to write the function for everything, right? So this is the like watch board, you can call it a digital watch board, something like that. The only point here to understand is pad string, right? Sorry, pad start. Okay, what is that? So this is the clock board. This is the timer, right? You can store the time here like second, duration, like 1 0 1 2 3 4 until 60, right? That's the, you can store here. This is what you grabbing, right? Time from h1, the get element by id h1 right here. That's the time. So you can display that information or board inside here. Okay, you can display the board here, right? The thing is, clock board, that's the board, right? I will show you what that means. Okay, so let's copy this and go to the, or maybe, yeah, we have here, right, already the, let me clear, can I clear? Okay, here. So if I have some string, or let's call it string, right, capital string, and that string will be some kind of number, maybe, right, something, let's call it maybe 2 minute, okay, something like that. So that will be minute, maybe, and second, right? Dot start, uh pad start, right? That is the one, pad start. So see, the pad start means like how many character, right, or how many space you want, and what will be the initial stage, right? So let's say I want to have 2, so it will give me the 2 space, okay, and the value will be 0, right? Something like that. Look at that. So it looks something this format. So for minute will be this, and also for second, right, will be something same. So we're creating that board, with this uh, value. The pad is start is the built-in function inside the JavaScript for string to give you the space, right? Like space to occupy. If I make it 3 here, so that means 3 now. Look at here, right? The 2, I just need 2 for like, either the minute will be 1, 2, or second will be 0, 1, 0, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, like that, right? Until 60. And after 60, it will convert back to 0 again. And the 1 will be added here, right? So that's how it will gonna work. So I understand the pad start, okay? So go through this functionality, try to understand yourself, right? I will urge you to understand, and if any question you can ask me, I'll explain again, okay? So everything is here. I want you guys to try to figure out, right? Let's do that. So let me stop here.